Hey everyone, welcome to another segment of Cooking with Nichole. Tonight we're going to be making pizza chicken. Really easy dish to make, kid-friendly, family-friendly. A lot of times I get patients who say, you know, I'm trying to eat better, be healthier for myself, but my family doesn't want to eat this way. The kids don't want to eat this way. The spouse doesn't want to eat this way. And so a lot of times that can be a big sabotage for someone's success because they're having to make separate meals. Well, let me tell you, that is not a necessary thing. It's just a matter of finding recipes that are going to work for everyone. And you know, this isn't about weight all the time. This is about being healthier in general. There's a lot of processed foods out there. It's a really unfortunate fact that the vast majority of our children's school lunch programs are processed food. They get acclimated to these really sugary, kind of fake food, if you will, and so it's not good for them. So when you then try to turn it around and make something better from, they tend to protest, right? Well, they're not going to protest this dish tonight. And tonight we're going to be a little more protein heavy. We've got 4 chicken breasts here that we are going to kind of create our base for our pizza toppings, okay? So how we're going to start out is we're going to hassle back the chicken. Now, what does hassle back the chicken mean? Well, that just means that we are going to cut the chicken into, not all the way through, but down just before it does cut through, and we're gonna cut it in even segments. And you might be like, well, why would you wanna do that? What's the point of doing that? By doing this, we are creating more surface area for all the yummy goodness, AKA cheese and sauce, to fall down into. Plus, it can speed up the cooking time as well because we've got some venting here, if you will. And so we're gonna do that to each of our chicken breasts. We're gonna cut these little even slices all the way through so our pizza sauce and cheese can fit down into it. You may have seen this done with potatoes. I've seen baked potatoes done this way where they'll kind of cut through the potato and then stuff it with cheese or with bacon or seasoning, whatever you want to put into it. So we're gonna do, that's what we're doing. We're creating more surface area for the pizza sauce. Like I was saying, this is a more protein heavy dish. The average protein amount of each one of these chicken breasts is going to be somewhere between 25 to 30 grams of protein. Then we are going to add even more protein by adding some mozzarella cheese, some pepperoni slices, and then tonight I also have some bacon and sausage, kind of doing an all meat pizza tonight. All right, so we're gonna now take our pizza sauce, and I have about 1 2/3 cups of pizza sauce in this measuring cup, and you just want to put a little bit on the bottom just to dampen the bottom, I guess, if you will, so that the pizza or the chicken doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And then you can just take your graspers here and spread it out so it's all coating the bottom of the pan, kind of using it as cooking spray. So we got that all spread out, and now we're going to take our tongs and lay our chicken down into the pan. Now, if you're just cooking for 2, maybe it's just you and a significant other, or maybe you're a college student and you're just wanting something quick and maybe 1 meal's worth of leftovers. You could just make 2 chicken breasts if you'd like, or if you aren't a fan of like the big chunks of chicken, you could use the chicken tenders. You could chop it up into chunks if you'd like and put it all in the bottom of the pan and kind of melt the cheese and the toppings and all of that good stuff on the top too. Whatever you want to do. And then we're going to take the rest of our pizza sauce here and we're going to spread that over the rest of our chicken breasts. Take our knife here and kind of push that down into those slices that we made in our chicken. And now we're going to top it with our mozzarella cheese. And again, you can add as much mozzarella cheese as you'd like. There's no wrong or right with the amount of cheese that you put on anything, at least in my opinion. Put down our mozzarella cheese. And then you want to season this because yes, we did put the pizza sauce down on there, and and if you're kind of a plain Jane and you don't like a lot of seasoning, you certainly don't have to do this step, but I am going to sprinkle a little bit of onion powder and some garlic powder and some Italian seasoning down over the top of the chicken and cheese and sauce just to give it that next layer of yumminess. And then we're going to take our sausage crumbles and our bacon crumbles, and we're going to add those to the top. Now, if you're more of a veggie pizza kind of person and you want to do peppers and onions and mushroom, you certainly can do that as well. Again, it's your pizza, so you can do it as you'd like. But we're skipping the carb factor tonight because we don't have breading that is supporting our sauce. We have chicken supporting our sauce. And again, protein helps to reduce the levels of insulin in our body because it takes a lot of energy to break protein down into its usable building blocks to support our muscle mass and to keep us feeling more full and more satisfied. Well, what is it going to use to help break down that protein into its usable building blocks? It's going to use the carbs that or the sugar that happens to be in our bloodstream. But over time, as you reduce carbs and sugars, you don't have as much of that sugar in your bloodstream, so then you are using more of your own stored body fat. And that's the whole point, is we want to be able to access and burn that body fat by reducing our carbs and sugar. And when we have higher quantities of protein, we're going to use more of that fat fuel to break down these bigger quantities of protein. So it revs up your metabolism. We're always looking for that thing that's going to make us burn hotter, that's going to increase our metabolism. Who knew? But it was always protein. It's no magic pill, but it is protein, okay? So we've got quite a bit of our proteins on here. I do have my oven preheating, and so we're going to slip it in the oven at 400 degrees, and we're gonna bake it for approximately 35 minutes. But for the first 10 minutes, I'm gonna have you cover the pan with tin foil just so that the cheese doesn't get too brown and crusty and things start to stick and burn. About 10 minutes into the cooking process, go ahead and slip the tin foil off and continue to cook for the rest of the time. You want your chicken to come out at least 160 degrees or more to prevent any stomach bug issues. So this is what it looks like. I can guarantee you it's gonna be totally yummy. My kids love this dish. I know you're gonna love it too. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I do plan to post the recipe with the meal tonight, and you guys have a wonderful evening.